Hi, my name is Adam Snow and I want to tell you about an exciting project called sportstocks.com. 99% of America has no clue what they're doing when it comes to investing on Wall Street. It's tough to understand, and if you don't have an MBA education or work as a stockbroker, you probably don't have a clue about what to do with your portfolio, if you even have one. I don't blame you for not understanding. I worked for one of the largest financial services firms in the entire world. I had really smart doctors and lawyers as clients that, while they were smart in their own careers, didn't have a clue what they were doing with investments. I had one doctor as a client who thought that having 6 different brokerage accounts at 6 different brokers was great diversification. Unfortunately, they were all invested in the exact same stocks and mutual funds. So all it really meant was that he was paying a lot in brokerage fees with no real diversification at all. The saddest part is that kids and teenagers are never taught how to invest, and they don't understand it anyway. And those are the people that need to know most. Again, I don't blame the average citizen. It's tough to understand what a 10K, quarterly earnings statements, analyst estimates, the micro and macroeconomic factors that go into price volatility in the stock market. And unfortunately, the people who need to understand it the most are usually the ones who understand it the least. Until today. I knew that people needed to learn investment principles, but I had to teach them using something they already understand. I also needed to eliminate all risk, because if they thought that they were going to lose their hard-earned dollars, they'd never take the risks needed to learn some of the important concepts. Finally, I knew that I needed to make it fun, because if it wasn't fun, they wouldn't come back frequently. And if they come back a lot, they'll learn over time and apply the principles to their real portfolios. So I said, what does everybody already understand and know and have a passion about? Sports. So I created a company called Sports Stocks.
You know that nauseating guy that you see on TV and in the movies that seems to have the world by the tail? The guy that sits up in a highfalutin office with his feet propped up and his hands behind his head? That's me. I'm that guy. I'm successful because I love the stock market and I know how to use it to my advantage. You know what else I love? Sports. You name it, I love it. So I combined my 2 loves into one. And guess what it's called? Sports Stocks. That's pretty damn clever if you ask me. Sports Stocks is a fantasy game. So don't worry, you can't lose money because there's no money traded. They actually give you fantasy cash so you could win prizes. If these were real world stocks, you could lose your hard-earned cash, your dignity, and walk out a complete loser. Sports Stocks is a fantasy game, so the stocks and the teams traded don't mean you actually have ownership in it. So you don't gotta get too worked up and look for the nearest window to jump out of if you blow it. But they act just the same as real world stocks, so it'll help you to learn how prices move, how people buy and sell shares, and what makes a diversified portfolio. 2 loves of my life, playing the stock market and sports. If you want to hone your skills and knowledge in either one of them, the ball's in your court. Show the world what you got. Maybe you'll end up crossing the finish line with a checkered flag. Like me.
Sports Stocks is a fantasy stock exchange where instead of buying and selling shares in real-world companies like Apple and General Electric, you buy them in real-world sports teams like the Lakers or the Yankees. Here's how it works. A user, we'll call him Bob, goes to sportstocks.com and signs up for a free account. It's 100% free to play, there's no hidden fees or gimmicks, and no real dollars are ever exchanged. What happens is he gets $100,000 of fantasy cash to build a portfolio of teams that he likes. He can buy basketball, baseball, football, hockey, NASCAR, and lots of other sports over time. Throughout the year, Bob buys and sells the stocks he likes, shooting for the best performing portfolio. And if he does well, he has a chance to win big prizes each month, quarter, and year. Everything that can happen in the real-world stock market, we have on sportstocks.com as well. We have long positions, short positions, spreads, straddles, options, ETFs, mutual funds. If you can do it in the real world, you can do it on Sports Stocks. The difference is that we have no risk. Bob can try out a new investment strategy or some new portfolio without ever risking his hard-earned dollars. And then, when he's understood the concept, he can apply that to his real-world portfolio. If there's something Bob doesn't understand, that's okay, because we'll teach him how to invest with articles and videos that show a direct correlation to what he's just done in sports stocks and how that would happen to his real portfolio on the stock market. Just imagine millions of Americans learning how to take control of their finances, build wealth, and secure their financial future, all in a really fun and educational platform. High school kids and college students learning now how to save for retirement and a rainy day rather than blowing a little cash on stupid purchases. When this starts to happen, America builds a more robust and stronger economy, able to weather the economic storms that happen from time to time. Sports Stocks isn't just trying to educate a few individuals. We're building a better America. But we need your help. We've already built the entire website, the app, the news feed, the exchange, but we need your help getting it to the people. We've bootstrapped every penny we could up until this point, and we need a little more help from you to get it to the people who need it the most, those who don't know it exists yet. Please take a look at the different ways you can get involved to help make sportstocks.com a reality. And please tell your friends and family about this. We need your help to make this happen. Thank you.